Okay. Okay. Where is my screen share? Apply to all pages. Okay, so I know we have to do one more question in homework 3. That's a fairly involved question, so I want to cover some basics on that before, on reminders and such. But before that, let's do homework 4. So usually I have a tendency of giving a lot of extension problems, and then that elongates the duration by which we complete the entire homework, which is fine. But I want you also to try those extra problems later. So please watch the recordings, and then these extension questions also, which are not part of the PDF, but as part of class discussion, I want you guys to try them as well over time, right? Because when we discuss, everything will be clear. You look at it after a week or 2 weeks, again everything will seem new. Okay, so let me just share screen. Okay, let's start with the first question, homework 4. February 29th fell on such and such date. Purav, were you able to do this one? What answer did you get?
No, sir, but can I do the next one?
Okay, you'll do the next one. Okay, fine.
Yes.
You don't need to raise your hands, Precious. I'll make sure everyone gets a chance. Don't worry. Okay, fine. Since Precious, your hand was up. Yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah.
So I got 2052.
2052. Okay, Vanya, what about you?
I read the sum wrong actually.
Oh, okay. You realized that you read the sum.
I did something else. I didn't read the sum properly.
Okay, what is the mistake in reading the question? How did you misread it?
So I thought that on what day will February 9th fall, 29th fall the next year.
Oh, the next year. Okay. Okay, fine. What is the answer to that question anyway?
I got Tuesday.
If February 29th, okay. Next time the February 29th will occur will be in which year?
So I didn't do that.
No. Please state the question as you misread it, and then we'll solve that question.
So I read February 29th fell on a Friday in the year 2024. In which day will February 29th fall on the next year?
Next year. So next year, does February 29th even exist? Oh, okay. The next occurrence of February 29th itself will be in 2028, right, Vanya? So it's not a random date, but February 29th. Okay, that's one mistake. But even assuming February 29th, the date, even assuming it's a normal date, right? It'll fall very likely on the next day. Let's say instead of February 29th, had kept September 13th or something. The next year will be just one day next. Yeah. Or if there's a February 29th in between, there will be 2 days after that. So it won't be, so for any given random date, it shifts by 1 day to the next year. Okay, all right. Precious got 2052, you said. Nitya, what about you?
2052.
2 as well. Okay, Precious, can you explain briefly what you did?
Basically, what I did was, so since like February 29th, I found that date a little hard to work with because like in some years it doesn't occur at all. So that's quite fine.
Yeah. So in fact, most years it does not occur. It's a leap year date, right? It occurs only once in 4 years.
So that becomes really annoying. So instead I just use February 28th. Okay, so now we know the concept of leap years because every year has 365 days and then it has 1/4 of a day. So 4 years later, those fourths comes together and one extra day is formed, which is February 29th. So that means normally, because 365 divided by 7 is 1. So therefore, every year that date will
365 divided by 7 leaves a remainder of 1. That's what you meant.
Sorry.
Leaves a remainder of 1. Yeah.
My bad. It leaves a remainder of 1. And therefore, every year the day increases by 1 day. Then what happens is, but then there's also another extra day, which is February 29th. So that also comes, so 5. So then, like, let's say, so then if it fell on a Thursday this time, it'll fall on a Tuesday next leap year. Okay. And then if we go on, it just becomes into 7 because of like it's a week. And then we
Yeah.
just do multiplication 4 into 7.
Correct. Wonderful. Okay. So I'll explain that for people who didn't catch. Purab, did you understand his explanation?
Yeah, so essentially every year is 52 days, 52 weeks plus 1. So then so during the next leap year, it'll be on a Tuesday. So then like that, it's always plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. So then you keep on doing that until you get Friday again.
Yeah, small mistake. It won't be +4. It'll be +5. Okay, I'll explain again once more. Okay, so forget about this question. In general, suppose leap years did not exist. Okay, leap years do not exist. Okay, suppose we are in a world where there's no leap years at all. Every year has 365 days. Then what will happen? 365 divided by 2 is 52 with a remainder of 1. 52 times 7 is 364. Okay, plus 1. So what does this mean? So this means, let's say Jan 10th. Okay, so Jan 10th in 2024, let's say it is Tuesday. Okay, then the same Jan 10th in 2025 would be 1 day after this. Will be Wednesday, because 364 days plus 1 more day, right? So a normal day without leap year will keep increasing by a weekday of 1 to the next day, in the next year, and so on. And this will continue. Now, this is a normal procedure. Now suppose there is leap year. Now, what happens? So as he first said, so with leap years, this is a real world, right? With leap years. So with leap years, every 4th year, we have this extra 1 more day. So let's start with the same problem itself. So 29th. So we are talking about 29th February itself, which appears only once in a leap year. Okay, February 29th, 2024 was on a Friday. Okay, now the next time the February 24th will occur would be in 2028. 2028 will be the next time the February 28th will occur. 29th will occur. Now, how many elapsed? So normally it is 1 day, but because of the 2024 having an extra day, it's 2 more days there, right? So it's an extra 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So it'll be 5 days after Friday. 5 days after Friday.
Plus 2.
Because in the first year, there are, or you can look at the plus 2 at the end or at the beginning, either way. Okay, all right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Don't worry about Friday. Don't worry about February 29th. Let's worry about February 28th. Okay, 28th February. Let's worry about 28th February. So February 28th in 2024 was on a Thursday. Correct? Do you agree? Yeah. Whoever was asking why plus 2, who was that? Was it Purav or?
Yeah, so it was me.
1 year. Okay. Now, February 28th exists in every year, right? In Feb 2025, in which day will it be? 1 year.
So, Thursday, Friday.
Normally it will be Friday, but because there's 1 more day in between, which is 29th February 2024, it'll be Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Okay, which is why the plus 2 happens here. And then, like you said afterwards, 28th February of 2026 will be Sunday. 2027 would be Monday. Okay. 2028 would be Tuesday. And then February 29th, therefore, will be a Wednesday, which means this gap would be increased by plus 5. Does it make sense to everyone? Vanya, you're clear? Arjun, you also got the same 2052, I presume? Okay. So 29th February in a leap year to 29th February in the next leap year is a plus 5 days. But then now you don't have to keep worrying Friday and then have to hand count it to Wednesday and then hand count it to next 5 more days and all that. We can just keep Friday as 0. So 0 plus 5 is 5, correct? So we'll keep increasing 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll just write a few more. 35, 40, and so on, right? The day corresponding to February 29th, assuming Friday is 0, then the next leap year would be 5, the next leap year would be 10, the next leap year would be 15. For example, suppose I take 15. What does this mean? 15 means 2 full weeks, which is 14 plus 1. So effectively, it's a day 1. Day 1 means what? Saturday. Because day 0, I've defined it to be Friday. I've defined Friday to be day 0, which means Saturday would be day 1. So 15 would be 1. So for example, 25 would be what? 25 would be 21 plus 4. So it's day 4, which means Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I can just hand count it at the very end rather than count it every year. And then we want it to be Friday itself, which means we want a multiple of 7, which is here, 30. Right? Not 30, I'm sorry, 35. 35 is a multiple of, right? So 35 is back to day 0. Day 0 means Friday. So it took, so how many leap years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more leap years, which is 28 years later. So 28 years after 2024 would be the year 2052. Right? Does it make sense to everyone? 2052. Purav, makes sense. Akshar, you're clear?
Yeah, so I understood.
Understood,
Yes.
right? Okay. Arjun, can you define what a leap year is, please? One just for classes benefit. Let's see.
A leap year is a day which has 366 days, and the extra day is February 20th.
And which will be the years when February 29th will occur?
So all the years ending with all the years which are multiples of.
All the years multiple of 4. Okay. So guys, so with that definition, between 1883 to 2023, okay, let's say. So in this period, can you count? I've kept both of these years intentionally odd numbers so that we don't have to worry whether you include them or not include them, doesn't matter. How many leap years between these two dates? Can you take 30 seconds to do this? I want to know how many leap years. Okay, Nitya has an answer. Call out your answer, it's fine.
10.
Sorry?
10. Sorry, my mistake. I read it as 1983.
No, it's 140 years duration.
110.
Is it 34?
34 is an answer. Okay, I'm not telling out. Okay, I'll just write out your answers. 34 is Akshar. Okay.
35.
35 is Nitya. Okay. Any other answers?
So I'm getting 35 too.
Just a
Purav
second.
Purav
Yeah.
is also 35.
So
Arjun,
once-
you
So I'm getting
Yes.
40.
40. Arjun. Okay.
So I was
Anyone?
25.
35. Okay. All right. So let's count.
35. Sir, 35 me as well. I'm also.
30. 35 is precious as well. Okay. All right. So which is the first leap year? 1884. Okay. So 1884 is the first leap year. 2020 is the last leap year. So 1884 divide by 4, let's do. And this divide by 4, let's do. So 4 4s are 16. 4 7s are 28. 4 1s are 471. And this, when you divide, I get 505. Correct? 505. Now, so if I have to subtract 505 minus 471, I get 34, right? The difference is 34. But when counting numbers, I should count the extremes also, right? For example, forget about this problem. Suppose I ask the question, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. How many numbers are there? So you do the difference between these two. Or rather, forget even this question, forget even this, right? So I'll just do simply, suppose I just do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many numbers? Now here you can hand count, but if you do difference between 6 and 2, we get only 4. So when counting numbers, always you'll have to add 1, right? So it's 6 minus 2 plus 1, which are 5 numbers. Correct? So similarly, 505 minus 471 is 34. Therefore, 34 plus 1. Therefore, 35. Does it make sense? Akshar?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay. So, and Arjun, I'm not sure how you got 40.
Sir, actually, I made a silly mistake. I did 136, so I was just doing by subtracting 2020 by 1884 or 1883, so like
Okay.
1884. And then
Okay.
when I did that, I got 136 by 4. I wrote that as 39 by mistake.
Okay, that's fine. But despite making a mistake, Akshar is the correct answer, and all of you guys are wrong. It is not 35. Indeed, it is 34, but for a different reason. If I literally count all the numbers from 471 to 305, it is indeed 35 numbers. You can hand count it and see. So you don't have to hand count, but you can see, right? The difference between the two.
Sir, I hand counted. Look, 84, 88, 92, 96, and 1900 is
So
5,
that is,
and then
that's fine.
20, and then 25 because 100 is 25.
Which is
29, 29,
100 is 25, no? The 30, no?
30, my bad, sir. And then you add 4 more.
No, 5 more.
Five
it's
more.
20.
4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. So you made a mistake in hand counting, Akshar, which is why you arrived at 34. But for a completely different reason, 34 is the right answer. Okay.
Sir, how?
Okay. That's why I asked you to define what a leap year is. So, Prashast, can you define what a leap year is? I mean, leap year definition in the sense we know February 29th.
Oh, wait, sir, I understood, sir. Now I understood.
What did you understand? What did you understand?
Yes, sir, maybe.
Tell. Okay.
I think it's a silly mistake that we were all doing. So I think like what most of us probably did was like.
Can you go fast, Prashast? You have a tendency to drag your responses for too long. I want you to be quick. Come to the point, Prashast.
Okay, so like we were just thinking about the middle. We weren't thinking about like I don't know exactly how to explain it. We were forgetting about leap years. We were thinking about years that come every. I don't know how to explain it, but I know what we did wrong.
Okay, unless you explain, I will. Okay, so I will. Okay, I'll tell you this much. In this 35 that you guys counted, one of them is actually not a leap year. So a leap year is not. It's not enough if the number is divisible by 4. So that's where the mistake is. Prashast, I don't think you got to that point.
I think it was 2000.
2000 is not a leap year?
I think so.
So 2000 is a leap year.
By 4, it is a leap year.
1900 is not a leap year. Even though 1900 is divisible by 4, it is not a leap year. So the definition of a leap year, not definition, identifying a leap year is, it should be divisible by 4, but every 100th year is not a leap year unless it's a multiple of 400. So the year 1600 was a leap year. The year 1700 was not a leap year. The year 1800 was not a leap year. 1900 was not a leap year, but 2000 was. So the century year is a leap year only if every 400th year. Otherwise, 1700, 1800, 1900 are not leap years.
But why?
And the reason why is, okay, why do we do this February 29th business? Because
Because to align with the moon's position or something.
Exactly. So each day, some 23 hours, 56 minutes or something gets consumed. So thoda balance rah jata hai, 4 minutes or something. So over a long period, all right? So over 4 years, this accumulated extra few minutes adds up to 1 full day, right? Therefore, when we count the Earth's revolution around the sun, right? So in 365 days, the Earth does not finish a full revolution. It finishes slightly less than 1 full revolution. And in 4 years, that offset or the deficit is almost 1 day, which is why we say every 4 years, allow the Earth 1 more full day for it to complete 1 full revolution. Does it make sense? That's how the leap year funda came. Now, what happens is, but every 4th year, you keep adding this 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, 1 day. Over a very, very long period, this extra that you add has become too much extra. So every 100 years, what happens is this thoda extra karke. Now it's become too much extra. And then we say every 100th year, let's not give this extra. So in 1900, we don't give this extra. Right? Okay, Nithya, let me just finish and then you can ask your question. And then one more level happens. If you remove it from every 100th year, then there is some deficit over a very, 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 very long period. Then we say every 400 years, just give it, just make it every 400th year like a leap year. Okay, so it's compensating and overcompensating and overcompensating and overcompensating, right? So thoda back and forth. So first we don't give any extra day, then we give an extra day every 4 years, then we subtract off this extra day every 100 years, then we re-add back this extra day every 400 years. Okay, all right, Nitya, question.
Okay, so first thing, you said that the extra 4 minutes,
4 minutes is something, I'm not accurate. Maybe it's not 4 minutes. I just, maybe a few seconds. I don't know. Over the entire year, it adds up to roughly 1 day. That much I know.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So probably not 4 years.
Otherwise, it wouldn't fit, especially if it was only on leap years. It would be too little, like a little more than 4 hours. Right.
So suppose it's 4 minutes. How much is it? Suppose you add 4 minutes, 365 times. How much does it become?
Oh, wait. Is it?
I could be wrong. Maybe it's not 4 minutes. Don't.
So it's 1460, 365 times 4.
So roughly over an entire year, 1 day's worth of hours is lost, right?
Okay.
So let's say it's, for example, let's say it's 4 minutes indeed. So 4 into 360 is how much? Let's say 4 into 360 is
1460. 1460.
Okay, let's say 4 into 360, right?
365, right?
Array, I know, Baba. Just for easiness. Okay, so 4 into 360 is 1440. Okay, 1440 minutes is how many hours? 1440 minutes is 24 hours, right? So which is why roughly I said 4 minutes every day. So over an entire year, approximately 24 hours is where the shortness is. Does it make sense, Nitya?
Okay. So, but if it's 24 hours every year, then it's going to be 4 days. Right?
Yeah. Okay. Good point. Yes. So, which is why my 4 minute wala is wrong. So maybe it should
1 minute every day.
Yeah, maybe like 1 minute every day. I'll have to look it up. Maybe I should look it up and let you guys know. But anyway, you guys can also Google it. But roughly 1 minute every day is lost. So 6 hours is lost, and then therefore it's 24 hours. Something. We don't have to worry about that part. But yes, so this is where the compensating and overcompensating comes. Okay. So back to the same question. So had I asked 29th February of 2024, right? Iske badle mein, suppose I asked the question 29th February. Sorry. So suppose I had stated the question as 29th February, 1884 is Friday. And suppose I ask when is the next time it will be Friday again, then the tendency would be to add 28 years to this, right? 1884 plus this thing, which is 19, how much is it? 1912. But that will be wrong. Because beach may 1900 would be a non-leap year.
Then.
Sorry?
You need to add 4 more years then. So it will be 19.
No, it won't be. Okay, in fact, can you guys work it out? So I'm saying 29th February 1884 was a Friday. When was the next time 29th February was a Friday again? Exact same question. I'm changing the starting year to be 1884. Now that you know this extra information about 100 years wala funda, can you work it out?
Repeat the question once.
Exact same question. 29th February 1884 is a Friday, which is the next year when 29th February is a Friday again. Yeah, and because of this 1900 wala exception in between, it won't be the same 28 years. It'll be something different.
So can I keep my camera off? My network is facing some difficulties.
What is facing difficulty?
My network is lagging a lot.
No, you're not lagging. You're fine.
But you are. For me.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I want the videos to cameras to be on. Can you have your your mom post a message? Not that I don't trust you. I needed to come from the parent saying my camera would be off.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Let me just ask.
I got 1908, but I'm just double checking and letting you know.
Okay. So 1908, and she's going to confirm. Okay, this is Nitya.
So next leap year, right?
Yeah, 29th February has to come, which means obviously it has to be a leap year only. So 29th. Fatafat, batao. Guys, Vanya, what's happening? Akshar.
I'm calculating.
It's 19 or 12.
19.
But I
Nine-
think we lost
nine-
count. It's not 1908.
Okay. Instead, it is what?
So I'm going 1916.
Okay. 19 is clear. 1912. 1916 is Akshar. Okay. Shall we discuss or 30 seconds more? Arjun, are you close to finishing?
So I was just getting my charge.
Your chai or chart or charger? What did he say?
The chargers.
Charger. Could have been.
Then I'm getting 1896.
1896. Okay. All right. Wow. 1896. इतना जल्दी क्या बात कर रहे हो अर्जुन?
So it's actually wrong, but interesting.
We are telling that even by 1912, it does not 1912. 28 years later was 1912, right?
I am also getting 1924.
1924. Okay.
Okay, so my answer is wrong. At this point, I'm probably just giving out guesses with mistakes in the
Okay.
middle.
All right. So if it happens to be the correct answer, then you don't get the credit.
Then I'm
Just
getting 1916.
1916. Okay. All right. Let's discuss, guys. It's been some time, right? Okay. So again, we'll follow the same strategy. We'll put the year, and we'll put the day of 28th February. Okay, and the day number of 29th February. Okay, so we'll deal with 28th February. That way it's easier. Okay, so we'll start with 1 year before 1884. Okay, so 1884, 28th February was Friday. So I'll call Friday as 0, right? Friday is 0, which means everything will be worked off of Friday. So Thursday would be 6, right? Or Saturday would be 1, and so on. Sunday would be 2, and so on. And then Thursday would be 6. Thursday will finish here with 6. And back to Friday will be 0. 0 is same as 7. Okay. So I'm saying Friday here was 0, which means 28th February was 6. Okay. You guys are following this? Okay. Now 18.8 will count in leap years only, because obviously we are interested in next leap year only.
So I got 1920.
1920. Okay. Okay. 1892. Uske baad 1896. 2000. Sorry. 1900. Okay. 1900 is not a leap year, but we'll include that in the calculation. 1904. And so on. Okay. So this is 28th February happens to be on day 6. 28th February will happen to be in 1888 will be what day? Nitya, what day?
In 1888, it will be Wednesday. Or you mean
Tell me a number from 0 to 6.
February 28th or 29th?
February 28th.
It will be 1 second.
So I got 1924, not 1920.
4.
1924. It'll be 4, you're saying, Nitya?
Yes.
Or, okay. 1888, right? So, okay. So let's count. So each year it's +2. Each year it's +1, except the very first year it's alone it's +2, right? Because of 1884 having an extra day in between, namely 29th February comes in between the February 28th of the current year and the next year. And therefore it's, so 2 + 1 + 1 + 1, we have to add 5 days. Therefore it is 11, and 11 is same as 4, as you rightly said. So 11 effectively, but 11 is same as 4, because when you subtract off multiples of 7, where do you end up? So it's 4. Yes, absolutely right. So this is 4. Okay, so obviously this number will be the next number. So I don't have to write this. I want the next occurrence where this is 0. That's where I'm going to end, right? So by the same logic, 1892 would be 4 + 5, which is 9. But 9 is effectively same as 2, because 9 - 7 is 2. Are you guys following what I'm doing? Okay, Akshar, your mom has messaged me something. Has she? Akshar.
Yes, so my mom messaged that I can keep my camera off.
Okay, all right, fine. Cool. Where's my sharing? Okay, so next 1896 will be 2 + 5, which will be 7, but 7 is effectively same as 0. So this is 0. Okay, and now here the problem is, so I can start filling this also just for convenience. So this is 3, this is 1. Now this will be 0 + 5, because we have not encountered 1900 February 28th yet. 29th does not exist. Normally this would be 5. Okay, so normally this would be 5. Now also it's 5, and therefore this one is 6 is what we put, but this does not even exist. There is no February 29th in the year 1900. Therefore we cannot even put any number here. This does not even exist. Okay, now comes 1904. So 1904, how many days do we add? We add only 4 more days, because 1900 was not a leap year. So every year only 1 day gets added, 9, which is equivalent to 2. 9 is equivalent to 2, right? Because if you subtract. So this is day 3. 1908 would be, you would add 5. We add 5, which is 2 + 5. 2 + 5 is 7. And 7, which is effectively same as 0. So which means this is 1. Okay, and then 1912, we add 5 more to 0. So this is 5 and this is 6. 1916, we add 5 more, which is 10, which is effectively 3, and this is 4. And then 1920, we add 5 more, which is 8, which is effectively 8 - 1, which is 7. 8 - 7, which is 1, and this is 2. And then we add 5 more here, 1924. This is 6, and this is 7, which is same as 0. So indeed, it's 1924. So 40 years later, not 28 years later, but 40 years later, the leap year would come. This exact same leap year would come. Is this clear to everyone? Arjun, clear to you, right? Did you get 1924? Well done, Vanya and Nitya. After 40 attempts, you also got the same answer. The same as the difference between the 2 years. No, I'm just kidding. But you got, before I discussed, you did get 1924. Okay. Clear to everyone else? Pura, Prashant, make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, while discussing, it seemed like very long, but when you do it in your hand calculation, it should be much faster. I'm being very explicit and clear. That's why it's taking time. Okay, let's go to the next question. H of ABC. Okay, Purav, you said you had done this problem, right? What is the answer that you got on this one?
Yeah, so I got 45 as the answer.
45, okay. Arjun, do you agree or disagree? This question, H of ABC is a function of ABC, which is this.
Sir, I couldn't do this.
What do you mean you couldn't do this? As in you didn't do this. It should be the right word, right?
No,
What do you
sir,
mean?
I did do it. I couldn't find it.
Okay. Precious, what about you?
I think I got 45 for this.
45. Purav, your answer was what? 40 what?
45.
45. Okay. Yeah, a couple of people 45. So very likely it is, unless there's some mistake. Let's see. So this is Arjun, this is a function of ABC, right? Based on the three inputs, you're generating an output which is ABC by A plus B plus C. So this will be 3 root 5 into 6 root 5 into 9 root 5 upon 3 root 5 plus 6 root 5 plus 9 root 5, right? So in the numerator, it's 3 into 6 into 9 into root 5 would be a 5, and then one more root 5, which is root 5, right? And in the denominator, I can take root 5 outside, and then in the brackets, I have 3 plus 6 plus 9, right?
How
Which
did
is,
you do this?
sorry,
So how did you find this?
how did I find which one?
So the left side.
Oh, no, this is just a function. When I say h of ABC, h is just a function, right? So it means h is a function means it's a block, right? The block takes three inputs, A, B, and C. And it gives an output. For example, it could be a simple summing block. It could give an output as A plus B plus C. It could be something which does something weird. Let's say it does A square times B cubed upon C plus 12, something like that, right? Any function can do some operation based on its inputs. Now, this particular function, he's saying it is calculating the product of A, B, C and dividing it by the sum of A plus B plus C. So you just have to literally do that with the same inputs that's been given. That's it. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now this will cancel. This is 18 goes 18, right? And root 5 cancels with root 5. So indeed, 45 is the right answer. Okay. Makes sense, right? All of you?
Yes.
Okay, let me ask one other question. So for on the same, where is this? H of P comma P comma P. Okay, all right. Okay, H of P comma 2P comma 3P is K times P. Find K. Okay, can you guys do this? H of P comma 2P comma 3P is K times P square, sorry, K times P square. Find K.
So it is K3P.
K should be independent of P. K should be a number.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
But if you got K is 3P, then, I mean,
So H is still 3 root 5.
no. H is this. H is, the definition of H is this. Now, I'm not asking you to find H of 3 root 5. I'm not saying the inputs are 3 root 5, 6 root 5, 9 root 5. Instead, I'm saying the inputs are P, 2P, and 3P.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I heard an answer in between. K is 1. Okay, all right.
So just a second.
Okay, so Nitya says 1. Akshar initially got 3P, but he's going to check
7, I got 1.
1 as well. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, P, 2P, and 3P, right? So instead of A, I'm putting P because the first input is A. The second input is B, which is 2P. The third input is 3P. So it's P into 2P into 3P upon P plus 2P plus 3P. So which means in the numerator, I have 6P cubed. The denominator, I have 6P, giving just P square. So which means the K that I have to multiply is just 1. There's nothing to multiply. Answer is already P square, therefore K is 1. Does it make sense to everyone? All of you good on this? Okay, maybe one other question I will ask on this. Clear, one, you're clear, right, on this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm just thinking of another question on this. Okay. H of R S and minus R is -1 times the maximum 3-digit perfect square. Okay. Find S. Okay. H of R comma S comma minus R. Sorry, find R, not S. Okay. H of R comma S comma minus R is -1 times the maximum 3-digit perfect square. Find R.
Sir, I got an answer.
What is the answer, Arjun?
Sir, 31.
31. Yeah. Any other answers? 31. Prashant, any answer? Okay, Nitya, anything?
It's 31.
41. Nitya?
31.
31 as well. Oh, okay. All right. So let's discuss again. Fairly easy. You just have to go with the template. Vanya, if you're following. So R times S times minus R upon R plus S minus R. So R and R gets cancelled. The bottom is just S. R square S upon S just becomes minus R square. So minus R square is -1 into the maximum 3-digit perfect square, which you guys know should be 961, 31 square. So indeed, 31 is the right answer. Vanya, does it make sense to you now?
So I also got 31.
31. Okay, cool. Let's move on to the next question. Question 3. Akshar, did you do question 3?
Can you display question 3 once?
Yeah.
Also, I didn't understand this question.
Why? Can you read the question with me to see where the understanding was not there? Read the question aloud with me.
In triangle ABC, 3 lines are drawn parallel to side BC, dividing the altitude of the triangle into 4 equal parts.
Is this line clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Right? Triangle ABC is clear. 3 lines are drawn parallel to the base. That's also clear. Dividing the altitude into 4 equal parts. That's also clear. Okay. Read the second sentence.
What is the area of the whole triangle ABC?
If the area of the second largest part is
Sorry,
35.
if the area of the second largest part is 35, what is the area of the whole triangle ABC?
The question is clear, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
so
No, sir,
please-
there's some. So the part that I didn't understand is that, like, how do we find out the area of the whole triangle ABC? Then I don't understand that part.
Okay. So that means your statement should not have been, I didn't understand the question. The question was clear. How to
Yes.
solve, I didn't understand. So I want to make this decision very clear, guys. Very often I get this, I didn't understand the question. I didn't understand the question. You all understand the question. There's a difference between understanding the question and not understanding the question. The question is clear. Okay, all right. That's fine, Akshar. Prashant, yeah, go ahead. Your hand was up or something. Yeah, go ahead. What did you have?
Yeah, sir, I answered this question.
What was your answer, Prashant?
Wait, sir, 1 minute. I remember how I did it, sir. So just give me 1 minute to open my answer. Sir, it was, I think, 112.
112. Okay. Yeah, did you also get the same answer? 112?
I wasn't able to do this.
You're not able to do this. Okay, all right. Arjun, Nitya, do you agree, disagree with 112?
Oh,
Sir,
sir, I gotten an answer, but I just realized it's wrong. So,
sir, I got 96 earlier. But then,
96. Okay.
sir, I'm not.
Okay. Nithya, what did you say? You got what answer that
I
you
had
got
an
right?
answer, but I just realized it's wrong.
Okay.
So
All right.
originally what I did was I only took it on the basis of the alternative increasing. I forgot to account for the base part of it. So I
Okay.
just fix that and I'll get back to you then.
Okay. All right. So fine. Let's discuss meanwhile. Okay. Now, so first of all, let's mark this. A, B, C are marked. I'll just mark these points as D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay. So all of these are marked. Now let me ask a simple question. All right. What can you say about the triangles ADE and AFG? Anything that you can comment on these, Arjun?
They're similar.
Similar, exactly. And what is the similarity ratio? What is the scale factor?
1:2.
1:2. Because this altitude is, let's say, one part, then this altitude is two parts, right? So it's scale factor of 1:2. So if the scale factor is 1:2, Prashast, what is the ratio of the areas of ADE to AFG? The areas of these two triangles will be in what ratio?
Not sure.
Okay, Arjun, do you know?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I didn't
What-
solve it like this.
Okay, fine. We'll discuss the way you solved it also. No problem. But Arjun, what is the ratio of the two areas?
So 1:2, and then sir,
1:2.
sir, 1:4.
1:4. The scale factor is the ratio of two corresponding parameters. It could be this altitude upon that altitude, or this side upon the corresponding side, or right, something like that. Right, two corresponding lengths. That ratio is what a scale factor is. And area-wise, the ratio would be the square of that, which is why it's 1:4. Right. So if two objects, we have been through this long ago. If two objects are in the linear ratio is 1:3, the area ratio would be 1:9. The volume ratio would be 1:27. So when you're comparing areas, you have to square the scale factor. So the ratio of the areas ratio is 1:4. Okay. So likewise, Vanya, can you tell me the ratio of ADE, triangle ADE ratio area to AHI? What will the ratio be? ADE to AHI. This is H.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll be 1:3, so 1:9.
Correct. 1:9. It will be 1:9. And similarly, the ADE is to ABC. The big triangle will be 1:16. Right? Because it's 1:4 is the scale factor, therefore 1:16. Right. So with this, let's approach this. So let's say the area of this object is X. ADE is X. Then AFG should be 4X.
DEFG will be X.
Will be 3X.
Oh yeah, sorry, 3X.
DEFG will be 3X. So that collectively it's 3X plus X, which is four times. Similarly, Purav, can you tell me what the shaded region will be in terms of X? The shaded region.
7x.
Why 7X?
So I have no clue how to solve this. Like,
No, I've described all of this here, right? ADE to AHI is 1:9. Use that. Anitya, go ahead.
Excuse me, so quick question. I
Yeah.
just
so 9x.
under DEFG, you've written 3x. Wouldn't it be like x into 4 would be AFG, right?
The triangle AFG is 4 times the triangle ADE.
Yes, so you've written 3x, right? So shouldn't it be
For the trapezium DEGF, it's 3X. So that collectively it's 4X.
okay.
Right? And Purav, again, I'm asking the trapezium
Also
FGHI,
9x.
not 9X.
That
9X would be the entire AHI. The entire triangle would be AHI, would be 9X.
Oh, okay, so 5x, 5x.
Exactly. This will be 5x. Okay. And Purav, can you complete what the area of this last trapezium would be as well?
The last one would be 7x.
Exactly. 7x, because the
But the
total
answer
has
would
to
be
be
112.
112. Okay.
Yes.
That's what I think someone's first answer was. Precious first answer was 112. Okay. All right. Let's come to that. So 7x. Do you guys agree on how the ratio of these areas compare, each of these portions? And now it's very easy. So this 5x portion is what 35 is. And then we are asking 16x is how much? So if 5x is 35, that means x is 7. Therefore, the total area is 112 indeed. So 112 is indeed the correct answer. But Precious, before you go to describing your method, I want to just check, is everyone clear on this method of
Yes,
using
ma'am.
scale factors? Everything, Nithya, you're clear? Vanya,
Yes.
Akshar, you're okay as well? Akshar, you're on mute. You're not on mute. I mean, your video is off. Therefore, I cannot rely on your facial expression. You'll have to call out or give a electronic thumbs up. Akshar, you've turned on your video, but I can barely see you. And just turn on your, just unmute and say something, no, Akshar?
Yes, sir.
No, you understood this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Precious, yeah, go ahead, please. How did you do this?
Sir, I think so. Basically, what I did was, so I took BC
Uh-huh.
and I like marked, and I like kind of divided it into 4 by marking points.
Okay, all right. Meaning, is it easy for you to describe or not easy to describe?
Describe. So BC, I marked the half point, the midpoint, and I like marked the midpoint of the midpoint. So I like kind of divided it into 4 using.
Okay, like this.
Yeah. So then like we can just label these points whatever X, Y, Z, I guess.
Okay,
Let's just label them X, Y, Z.
okay. Mhm.
Then what I did was okay, so I pulled a line from Z to I, and I pulled a line from Y to G,
Okay, all
and
right.
like
So,
X to E. Yeah.
okay, like
Like
this. Like this. You
this.
made small triangles like this. Like this.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
everywhere. Sare
Everywhere.
जगह ऐसे बना
Okay.
दिए.
Okay. Like this, right?
Yes.
And then you counted how many triangles. So you counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And therefore, you counted 5 triangles here, and total there were 16 triangles. And therefore, the
Yes.
ratio. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying here algebraically. This is 5 triangles, which is why it's 5x. And the entire triangle has 16 triangles. That's because it's 1x plus
Yeah.
3x. So what you did was good for small numbers, but the entire same picture, suppose I extend it to a large.
Yes. Yes. So sir, I just counted because it was there. So we can like use it algebraically, of course.
Yes. Okay. All right. So let's test whether you guys understood this. I'm just going to give a small extension to the same question. So I'll draw another picture here. So I will say, I will draw a triangle like this. Intentionally, I'll draw it little. Okay. And now I'm going to divide it up into, let's see, 1. Okay. So I'll draw several parallel lines here. 1, 2, should be parallel, right? Four, 5, 6. Okay. And let's say this is, the last one is this. Okay. So ignore the last bit here, which didn't come out well. Ignore this last one. Okay. So I have one big triangle. Okay. So this is my A. This is my B. And this is my C. Okay. Now I want you guys to find the ratio of the green portion to this blue portion. Okay. Assuming all the lines are equidistant. Start the entire altitude has been equally spaced apart. I want you guys to find the ratio of the green portion to the light blue portion, shaded region. Okay. Can you guys work on it, please?
1:4.
Yes, so 1:4. 5 will be simplified to 1:4.
1:4. Okay, all right. Let's see. Any other answers, guys? Other than 1:4? Shall we do it or some more time?
Just a minute.
30 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, so 1:4.
1:4. Yeah. Actually, let's discuss. It's very easy,
So,
right? We just
7, I'm getting 1:4.
as well. Yeah. So this is x. This is 3x. This is 5x by the same logic. 7x. There'll be multiples of. There'll be successive odd numbers, and that reason they are successive odd numbers is because the gap between successive perfect squares is odd numbers. So the gap between 1 and 4 is 3. The gap between 4 and 9 is 5. The gap between 9 and 16 is 7, and so on. Right? So here I want the ratio between 5x and 20x, which is 1:4 indeed. Okay, cool. So that was question 13. Oh, sorry, question 3. I'm sorry. Question 4. Vanya, what did you get on question 4?
So can you just open the
Yeah, I'm just pasting it here. The numbers 2a plus 2 and 2b plus 2 add up to.
I was like able to do it halfway. I wasn't able to finish this. I didn't understand what to do.
Okay, Arjun, what did you get on this? Arjun is frozen. Okay, Nitya, what is the answer you got?
496.
496. Precious, same answer? 496 is what she got. Nitya got.
No, I didn't do this one.
You didn't do this. Purav?
Sorry, so that emoji was unintentional. I got 496.
What unintentional? I didn't understand.
No, sir, that the laughing emoji came. That was unintentional, but I also got 496.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. Okay, so 2a plus 2 and 2b plus 2 add up to 2004. So this sum is how much? So it's a fairly easy question, guys. So whoever didn't get this, I'm not sure why not. 2a plus 2b plus 4 adds up to 2004. That means 2a plus 2b is 2000. Okay, so this is known to us. And now what is the sum of a by 2 minus 2 and b by 2 minus 2, which is a plus b by 2 when you combine as the common denominator, then minus 2 and minus 2, which is minus 4. Now I can do this very easily. A plus b already I know is 1000. So a plus b divided by 2 would be 500. So 500 minus 4, which is 496. As easy as it gets.
But I got disconnected.
Okay. No, I was just saying it's a very easy problem, Arjun. Why did you not
Yes,
get
sir,
it?
I solved it.
Okay, 496, right? Okay. In fact,
Yes,
it's
sir,
so
but-
easy. I'm not able to come up with another question. Actually, I could come up with a question on this. Let's see. 002. Okay. All right. My question would be as follows. 2a plus 2 and 2b plus 2 multiply to give me 2004. Okay. And both a and b are positive integers. Okay. Both a and b are positive integers, or in fact, I would say non-negative integers. I'll just say non-negative integers or non-negative, which means they can be 0. Non-negative integers. Now, how many pairs? Ordered pairs. Ordered pairs meaning the ordering A, B are possible to give this product. So this is called ordered pairs. How many? When you say ordered pairs, it's not just pairs. A pair is 3 and 7 make a pair, right? But when you say 3, 7, it means it's different from 7, 3. The ordering matters. Okay. So how many ordered pairs of A and B are possible such that the product of 2A plus 2 and 2B plus 2 gives 2004? Yes, Nitya?
I got the answer as 2.
2. Okay.
I'm just confirming, if A is 1 and B is 2, that's one pair. Then A can be 2 and B can be 1, that's the second pair.
That's what I was saying, ordered pairs. So 3,7 is different from 7,3. Yes. So based on that, Nitya has got 2. Okay, I'll give how much more time, Arjun, before we discuss?
Sir, 30 seconds. Sir.
Okay. Okay. Shall we discuss? Precious, how's it going?
Yes, sir.
Shall we discuss? How's it going? You're close to finishing.
No, sir.
Sir, I got till 1 point, but then I'm stopping with it.
Okay. All right. So you got to 1 point, meaning you have some answer, but not very clear yet.
No, sir, I didn't get an answer, but I'm stuck at a step. I don't know what to do.
All right. Let's discuss, guys. Okay. So now, obviously, I like to take something common outside. So I can take 2 common outside from here. So it's 2 times A plus 1. And similarly, 2 times B plus 1 is 2004. Which means I can divide by 4, right? This 4, I can bring it down, which means A plus 1 times B plus 1 is 501. Now, A and B are some non-negative numbers, which are starting from 0. Now, what are the different factors of 501? 5 plus 1 is 6. So clearly, this is divisible by 3. So let me just divide by 3. 3 ones are 3, right? 3 6 are 18. 3 7s are 167. Can we break 16? I'm trying to do prime factorization. Can we break 167 further? So first of all, I have to check prime numbers, whether it's divisible by 3, 2, no. Is divisible by 3, 7 plus 6 plus 1 is not. Divisible by 5, no, does not end in. I have to keep going till I go to approximately square root of that number, right? Till what is square root of 167? Approximately 13. So I'll have to check divisibility by every prime number until 13. Is it divisible by 7? 7 2s are 14. Balance 27. No, not divisible. Divisible by 11? No. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 minus 6 is 2. Divisibility by 11, how do you check? Vanya? Alternating digits you add and see the subtraction, right? Vanya? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 13, is it divisible? We can just check. 13 times 13 is 169. Therefore, 167 cannot be. So it's not divisible by any of the prime numbers until the square root of 167, which means 167 is prime, which means I cannot break it down further, right? Which means this 501 is 3 power 1 times 167 power 1, which means it has a total of 2 into 2, 4 factors. What are the 4 factors? The 4 factors are 1, 3, 167 and 501. So I want the A plus 1 times B plus 1 to be the product. So A plus 1 can be 1 and B plus 1 can be 501, or it could be the reverse. Similarly, A plus 1 can be 3 and b plus 1 can be 167 or the reverse. Therefore, there are 4 possibilities, Nitya. Maybe you missed that possibility of 1 and 501. Is that the mistake you made to get 2, Nitya?
So the question just can't wait. The question was A into B plus A plus B is equal to 2004.
Correct.
No, I heard that at some point.
Yeah, but I don't have to expand it out as AB plus A plus B, right?
Equals to, yeah, so I got AB plus A plus B equals to 501 at some point.
500 and 500. AB plus A plus B plus 1 should be 501.
So then AB plus A plus B would be 500.
Yes.
And then, so that way, one of the best I could work out was if one number was 0 and the other number was 500, for example.
Okay. But then okay. So basically what you did, okay, I'll just tell you what she did. So basically she said A plus 1. Okay, I'll just, whatever she did, I'll put it in this. A plus 1 times B plus 1 is 501. She expanded this as AB plus A plus B plus 1 is 501. So she said AB plus A plus B is 500, which means she said A could be 500, B could be 0, or A could be 0, B could be 500. Is that right? Is that what you said? And that's how you said 2.
Yes, and it would fit because it said non-negative, not positive. So
correct. While these 2 are right, they are not all the possibilities. So you're missing something which is very difficult to find through this method. For example, A could be 3. A could be 2, and B could be 166. Okay, 166 is it? Yeah, let's try this and then explain where this is coming from. So 2 times 166 plus 2 plus 166. Let's check. 2 times 166 is 332 plus 2 plus 166. 334. 34 plus 66 is 100. And this is indeed coming to 500. Now, how can you possibly guess some weird numbers like 2 and 166 through this method? Very difficult, right? Which is why you have to go with the factorization method, which is what I described. So the only 2 possibilities to break down 501, either 1 into 501, which is what your other answer was. This one is A plus 1, mind you. Therefore, A is 0. And this 500 is B plus 501 is B plus 1, mind you, which is why B was 500, which was easy to visually guess. But the other one was the 2 and 166, which are 1 less than these 2 numbers.
oh, okay.
Does this make sense to everyone? Panya, you're clear on this method? Arjun, why is your camera off, beta? Suddenly. Arjun, Prashast, everyone has gone for lunch break, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
This is I had
Oh.
turned it on now, so galti se for
No, that's fine. Arjun, you're there? Purab, does this make sense to you? This method?
Yes, no.
All of you clear on this one, right? Okay. Okay. Maybe we can do another question of the same kind. Can I give another question of the same kind? In fact, I'll keep it very simple. Okay. So the product of P and Q, P times Q is.
So what you're calling me, I actually went to the question.
No, did you understand is what I was asking?
Oh,
How
yes,
you get the 4 answers.
Yeah.
So product
Yes,
of
sir.
P and you also understood what she did, Nitya did, and why she was not able to finish and get all the possibilities. Did you understand
Yes,
that
sir,
part
got
as well?
Yes,
Okay.
sir, that was what I did. Sir.
Oh, you just got 0 and 500, but you could not guess
Yes.
the other ones. And it's impossible
Yeah.
to guess. Not impossible, it's impractical to guess, which is why you rely on factorization. Now, okay, same question. Find all pairs. How many pairs of positive integers? How many ordered pairs? Ordered pairs meaning P times Q is different from Q times P. P comma Q is different. 3 comma 7 is different from 7 comma 3. How many ordered pairs of positive integers?
So Rams, once you're done writing, could you please scroll up so I could quickly copy down like
Sure. Anyway, okay. Is this okay, Nitya? This is the one.
yes, sir.
Can I scroll down now?
Yes, third.
Okay, yeah. So P times Q is 720. How many ordered pairs of positive integers? Can we do this?
So 20.
20. Okay. All right. Vanya gets 20. Any other answers?
So just 36.
Okay.
So I think it's 15.
15. Okay. Nitya, Prashast, any answer? How long more? Purav? Vanya? Oh, Vanya already told 20. Okay. Others? Okay, let's discuss, guys. If it's okay. Okay, all it boils down to is finding the number of factors, right? 720, right? So let's break down 720 as big numbers. 36 times 20, right? I can break down 36 as 6 times 6, and this is 4 times 5, and this is 3, 2, and this is 3, 2, this is 2, 2, and this is 2, 5. So total of how many twos? 1, 2, 3.
There's 1, 2 above. Like for 6, 3 into 2.
1, 2, 3.
And there's
So 5 won't be 2 into 5, it will be only 5.
Oh, only 5. Oh, sorry, a mistake. 5 is just 5. Yeah, so 4 5s, I guess, right? So 4 twos, couple of 3s, and 1 5. Let's multiply and just check. 8 times 9 is 72. 72 times 5 is 360. No, maybe 5. No, this is 2 power 4, 16, right? Yeah, correct. 16 times 9 is 144. 144 times 5 is 720. So the prime factorization is this. If I have this as the prime factorization, how many factors does it have? I'll have to add 1 to each exponent. So 4 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 1 plus 1. The number of factors is therefore 5 into 3 into 2, which is 30 factors. 30 factors, meaning with every factor, it will have a corresponding cofactor. For example, let's say if 12 is P, then Q would be the cofactor, which is the pair which gets it the product to 720. So on the other hand, this can be 12, and then this can be 60, right? So in other words, for every factor, every one of these 30 factors, there's a corresponding cofactor, and therefore there are 30 ordered pairs, not 20, not 15, but 30. Arjun and Vanya, did you find your mistakes?
Yes, so
Sir, I actually did it with prime factorization, but then I got 30 terms. And then I divided by 2, and then I got 50.
Okay. All right. Vanya, what is your mistake?
So instead of doing 5 into 3 into 2, I did 5 plus 3. 2
Okay,
into
I see.
3.
Okay. All right. 5 plus 3 plus 2. That you did 10. And then why did you say 20? You doubled it finally.
I doubled it.
Okay. All right. So he halved it and got it wrong. From 30 divided by 2. You did 5 plus 3 plus 2, which does not make sense. You have to multiply, right? And then you doubled it also. Okay. All right. Nitya, Prashast, you're clear on this method?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's go to the next question. 2.50. Sorry. How many different positive integers divide 10 factorial? Okay, Purav, answer on this one.
Oh, so I didn't get the answer to this, but I think I might know how to do it. I don't know how. Like there'll
Okay.
be many different combinations basically.
Okay. All right. Nitya, what about you? What did you get?
I got 270.
270, 270. Okay, Manya.
So I didn't do this.
Okay. Prashast, Arjun.
Done this, sir. I'm just trying to find where I like kept the answer.
Okay. Prashast, you are usually very organized. How come you're looking for your answers suddenly? Okay, Arjun, what did you get?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. How many different positivity? Just divide. Divide means what are factors of. So the word divide means factor of. This can be replaced with are a factor of. Are a factor of. Right? Only then you can divide, right? 3 divides 21. Means what? I can divide up 21 into blocks of 3s. So 3 divides 21. Right? 4 does not divide 21 because you cannot divide in 4s. Right? You won't get 21. That's all. Right? Essentially factor of. Factor of number of factors you guys know by now. By fact 10 factorial is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. 4 is 2 square into 5 into 6 is 2 into 3. So I'll put the 2 here and put a 3 here. Into 7. 7 is 7. 8 is 3 2s. And 9 is couple of 3s, right? Okay. So I don't know why I put this 3 alone separately here. I could have as well combined. So 1 plus 2, 3, 4, 7, 7 2s. Sorry.
So
Nitya, go ahead.
for 10 factorial, don't we also need to do into 10? Like, so into 5 into 2?
Into 10. Yeah, 10 factorial. Yeah, sorry. Good. Into 2 into 5. Yeah. So total
Even
of
I
how?
got 270.
Okay, you also got 270. Okay, so total of 8 2s, right? Am I right? 1, 3, 4, 7, 8 2s. If I'm wrong, please tell me, guys. And how many 3s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 3s, and 1 5, and 1 7.
Types.
2
5.
5s. 2 5s. Okay, 2 5s. And then 1 7. Okay, and now from here we can guess the number of factors. If this is right, if this prime factorization is right, the number of factors is 8 plus 1 into 4 plus 1 into 2 plus 1 into 1 plus 1. So whatever this number is, 45 times 3 is 135 times 2 is 270.
270.
270. Fairly straightforward, guys. Okay. Okay. How many? Okay, good, right? All of you good on this one? Okay. Extension question to this. How many perfect squares are factors of 10 factorial? How many perfect squares are factors of 10 factorial? 1 is also a perfect square, by the way. I don't have to say that.
Forty.
40. Okay. All right.
40. 30.
30, 30. Okay. Nitya says 30. Any other answers? Arjun?
Yes, sir, I'm trying.
Prashast, kuch mila? How many perfect squares are factors?
1 minute. So this is kind of confusing. So 1.
Another 30 seconds, guys. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll discuss. Maybe I'll ask Nitya. How did you get 30, Nitya?
Okay, so what I did was, so for example, we have 2 to the power 8. So
Yeah.
I only took the number of even factors, well, number of even powers than 2 to the power 8. So like 2 to the power 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So that's 5. Then for 3, it was 0 to 4. So that's 3. 5, it was 0, 2, and 7 is 0, obviously. So that gives 5 into 3 into 2, which gives 30 squares.
Excellent. Excellent. Very well explained as well. But in case you guys didn't follow, the same, she went back to the basics, right? How did we arrive this +1, +1, +1, +1? You just imagine a bag of numbers, right? So you have bag of bunch of twos, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. There are these 8 twos. And then there are these 3, 3, 3, 3. And there's a couple of 5s. And there's 1, 7. Now, to get a perfect square, that's a factor. I must pick an even number of each of these entries, right? I must pick an even number of 2s, even number of 3s, even number of 5s, even number of 7s. So I can only pick 0 7s. There's no option at all. I'll have to pick 0 of them. Okay, and with 5s, I can either pick 0 of them or 2 of them. So I have 2 choices. With 3s, I have 3 choices, either 0 of them or 2 of them or 4 of them. Here I have more choices. So that's it. And now you have the number of choices. You just have to literally multiply. So I have 5 choices here, 3 choices here, 2 choices here, literally no choice here. Therefore, it's indeed 30. Does it make sense, guys? Everyone. Vanya, Prashast, make sense? Okay. All right. Now, okay, good, Prashast. Okay. Now, one more question. How many of these factors of 10 factorial are either perfect squares or perfect cubes, or both? If it's either of them, either I'll include them. Either perfect squares or perfect cubes or both. So collectively, I want only one number. You should say, for example, there are 47 of them, which are either perfect squares or perfect cubes or both.
So can you repeat the question?
Okay. So same 10 factorial. So we discussed it has 270 factors. That was the first thing. Then we discussed it has 30 factors, which are perfect squares. Now the next question is, how many factors are either perfect squares or perfect cubes or both? Okay, Precious, go ahead.
Can you just use the washroom and come back?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Question is clear, Vanya?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Nitya already has an answer. Yeah, call out your answer, Nitya.
35. 35 in total, 30 squares, 6 cubes,
Okay.
1.
Okay, you just call out the answer, 45. Okay, fine. We'll
35.
wait. We'll wait for some more time and then we'll discuss after that. Okay, 45 is our answer.
35.
Oh, 35. I'm not able to hear you well at all. I don't know.
I don't know. It seems that whenever I say a 3, it comes out as a 4.
Okay. Then your mistake is yours. You should call out a 2 so that I hear you well.
Yes, I also got 35.
35. Okay, good. Vanya, can you explain? I'm not saying 35 is right or wrong, but good that you got a consistent answer. Explain how you got 35, Vanya.
So we already know that there are 30 factors
Yeah.
which are perfect squares. And so then I divided, like 2 to the power 8 can be, if we divide it by 3, it's 0, 3, and 6.
Okay. So
So-
0, 3, and 6 for powers of 3. Okay.
And then so 3 to the power 4 is 0 and 3. And 5 and 7 are 0.
Okay.
This will be 3 into 2, which is 6. But then so 6 is common in the 2, so -1.
Excellent. Yeah. So there are 6 of them which are perfect cubes. And then, so it's tempting to say 30 plus 6, but then you have to subtract the overlaps, which are both perfect squares and perfect cubes, right? So how many of them? So if which both perfect squares and perfect cubes means what? Perfect sixth powers. So if it's 0, sorry, 0, no, it's not 0 and 6, right? If it's 0 and 6, 0, 0 and 0. So there are 2 of them that you have to subtract. So you have to subtract 2, therefore 34.
So why 2?
Because it can be 2 power 0 times 3 power 0 times 5 power 0 times 7 power 0. Or it could be 2 power 6 times 3 power 0 times 5 power 0 times 7 power 0.
Okay.
So therefore there are 2. One, Nitya, you agree as well? That I need to subtract 2 and not 3. Not 2 and not 1. Therefore there are 34 of them. Arjun, clear to you the entire method? 30 plus 6 minus 2.
Yes.
Okay. Prashast, not sure if you're back, but you can follow the video later. Purav, are you around, Purav? I can see your chair, Purav, but not you. Okay, all right. We'll move on. Question 6. Arjun, this division 2.5081, what did you do? What did you get? M plus NS.
Sir, I haven't solved this one.
Okay, Prashast, were you able to do this?
Sir,
No,
actually,
sir.
I was having it, sir.
But I
So
spent
actually, I was having
a lot
exams.
of time on this, and I was not able to do it.
Okay, Prashast. Okay, Nitya, did you get an answer on this? Okay, Nitya or
I
Vanya?
got an answer, but I don't know how correct it is.
Okay, what was your answer?
649.
649. Okay, Vanya, what about you?
I didn't like that too.
Okay, Prashast, I don't know, this is on my screen is showing up Prashast 270. Can you erase it? I don't know why it's coming like this. If I've circled this point, can you see this as Prashast 270? Yes, maybe I have to find out how I can, because technically you can be very naughty and put some crap and then give me a hard time by not erasing it, right? But although you are not likely to do it. All right. So in general, how do I convert a decimal to a fraction, guys? So forget this problem. For example, suppose I have a simpler problem. I'll just say, in fact, 3.33333. We know this is 10 by 3, right? We know it's 10 by 3, but how do we arrive at 10 by 3? Do you know the reverse process of this? Nitya, do you know how to convert 3.333 into a fraction?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, we know it's 10 by 3, but how do you actually arrive at 10 by 3? Go ahead, Nitya.
My mind suddenly blanked out for some reason, even though I've solved it. So
Okay. All right. I'll recap for everyone. We'll just say let x equal to 3.3333. We'll just multiply by 10. So it becomes 33.33333, right? And then I can subtract second minus first. So 9x becomes 33 minus 3, which is 30. And then the infinite decimals will cancel off exactly, leaving x as 30 by 9, which is 10 by 3. Is this clear? That's how we'll do this. Any decimal? Yeah, Vanya?
I got logged off.
Sorry, Vanya, what are you saying?
Can you repeat it? I got logged off actually.
Oh, okay. So I'm taking a simple example like 3.333 and trying to backwork how I arrive at 10 by 3. Even though we all know that 3 and 1/3 is 10/3. How do you technically do it? So x equal to 3.333. I multiply by 10 so that I can get the same repeating decimal of 3333. I can subtract the 2. I can solve for x. Does it make sense, Manya?
So what do you subtract?
The second equation minus the first equation. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
we'll follow the exact same process for this problem. Okay. But slight extra. Okay, sorry, I erased your answer. 649. I'll remember that anyway. Okay. So, so here we'll start with the same process. Let x equal to 2.50810. 810 is what thing repeats. 810. And the way you indicate it is by putting a bar on top of that. In fact, 081 repeats. Why do I have to put the bar on top of this? The pattern 081 repeats. 2.5, 081, 081, 081, 081, and so on. Okay, the way I write this is, all of you used to this notation, right? With the bar on top of 081. Vanya, you've seen this? With a bar on top means it's repeating. Do you know this, Vanya, from before?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all of you. Purav, you also know this, right, Purav? I cannot barely see you, Purav. Your head is also down. Purav Desai, talk to me.
Yeah, so
Can you adjust your camera so that I can see your face better? I can only see the top of your
yeah, so now
further move, because you have a tendency of bending down also.
on this.
Okay, all right, understood that. You understand how you put the bar on top of the decimal to indicate the repetition?
Yeah, recurring.
Okay, all right. Now, if you do 10 times x, let's see what happens. I get 25.081081,081, but I cannot subtract the second equation minus the first equation, because the decimal, after the decimal, the same pattern is not repeating. Okay, so I want the same exact pattern, which means I will take this 10x and multiply it further by 3 more 10s, as in by 10 cubed further, so that the same 081 pattern repeats. So 1000x, or rather 10 times 1000, which is 10,000x. Okay, so I'll just say 10,000x. I'll multiply by 1000. Okay, so 10,000x equals 25081 followed by 081 bar. 081, 081, 081, 081, and so on. Okay, now suppose I call this as my equation 1 and this is my equation 2, or rather I'll call this as equation 1, which I'm not going to use. This is equation 2, this is equation 3. Now I can subtract 3 minus 2. So on the right hand side, the 081 bar completely gets cancelled, giving 25081 minus 25, which is 25056. 81 minus 25 is 56. Okay, 56, right? Yeah, correct. Okay, and then on the left hand side, I have 10,000 minus 10, which is always a little difficult to calculate. 9,990, I believe, right? Yeah. Okay, 9,009, and so many x's, and therefore x is simply 25056 by 9990. Of course, we cannot leave it like this. We'll have to simplify this because there might be some common factors. So let's see. 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 is 18, which is very much divisible by. But beyond this is just simplification, guys. We got the fraction. Till here, are we clear? Nitya, you understood this fully?
Yes, so my method was a little different.
Mhm.
So the starting steps at least.
Okay.
I started with the number as equals to 25 by 10 plus 1 by 10 into 81 by 999.
25 by 10, which is 2.5, plus
1 by 10.
1 by 10 because?
Okay, see, if it's 2 so could I please complete that step and then explain?
Yeah.
Into 81 by 999.
Okay.
Okay, now so let's just into, so 1 by 10 into 81.
Oh, 1 by
Multiply.
10 into, oh, okay, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so 81 into 999 is basically 0.810, correct?
Mhm.
Like 810, 810, 810.
Yeah.
However, we have 2.5. So that one digit needs to remain empty. Therefore, I added plus 1 by 10 into 899.
Yeah.
Then it would become 81.9390 zeros. That way, we'd have that one digit that needs to be empty as empty.
Yeah. Perfect. Yes, the method seems right. So, except that it's 81 by 999 or 810 by 999. That's the part I'm not clear. 1/10 already you did. Yeah, I think this is fine.
1 by 999 because it has to be 0810810.
Yeah, this method is also fine, except that now it can get a little tricky and clumsy if you want to extend it to any number. Whereas what I showed you works in a very clean fashion. You subtract and then you're done, pretty much. Does this make sense? This method also makes sense. Okay, let's divide and see whether you get the same answer. 9 divides this as 1110, and 9 divides this as 9 2s are 18, 70, 9 6s are, sorry, 9 7s are 60.
2784.
2784. Okay, thank you. 2784. Does that divide by some number? 2 plus 7, 9, 7.
10 by 9.
Further divides by 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how much is this? 928 upon 370. 370, I think. 37 times 3 is 110. Okay. Does this divide further?
2. So 2.
2. Yeah. So 2 is how much? 464 by how much is this, guys? 185. Okay. That's the sum. 464 plus 185. Is that what you got?
Yes, sir.
9, 14, 1 carry, 649. Wonderful. Okay. So 2 different methods. Okay. Let's stop here for today. Let's continue next class. Okay. Chalo, bye.